Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Business Bar, the only place where we serve you delicious drinks as well as delicious business and life advice. For today's video, what I wanted to do was do a segment that I've seen in a few videos, but mostly on podcasts, and it is the things that nobody tells you about becoming successful. I myself have reached a certain level of success with my business, which I think is absolutely amazing, but there definitely are some things that I had high expectations about that weren't as I expected them to be. So I think it's really great to open up this conversation, to talk about the things that you might feel a little bit let down about, so that we can better manage those expectations and find the silver lining in these things so that you can enjoy your journey more so as an entrepreneur. So I'm going to be sharing 3 things from my experience that I didn't expect to be this way as I became successful. And I would definitely love to hear from you in the comments below which of these resonates with you most. Now, I am pairing today's talk with a delicious, juicy julep. I've had to film that like 5 times because it's so hard to say. A juicy julep. This is a non-alcoholic beverage. It is so tasty. It's a take on a mint julep. It is made simply with some pineapple juice, orange juice, ginger ale, lime juice, and mint. It is so refreshing. Oh, that is actually so good. If you like today's episode, I would very much appreciate it if you gave it a big thumbs up. And of course, if you are new around here, become a regular by subscribing to the channel. So, the very first thing that I'm going to share with you that I did not expect becoming successful is that you do not change. This is going to sound quite morbid, and I will get to the silver lining in just a moment. But before reaching a certain level of success, and things in particular like reaching 10K months, reaching $100,000 or multiple 6 figures in my business, I thought that my life and I would be very different. Not necessarily materialistically, but I thought that I would just feel like a different person. I would feel like this full-blown boss, like the boss babe quotes that you see on Instagram. That is what I thought my life was going to be like. And that's how I thought that I would feel. But the thing is, even when you start to achieve all of these 10K months, 100K years, you know, a certain amount of people in your community, you yourself don't change. And if you're holding on to this expectation that you are going to feel better about life, or you're going to feel different about yourself when you reach these certain levels of success, you are going to be extremely underwhelmed. Happiness and self-perception and identity are all an inside job. You have to feel like the best version of yourself no matter what stage your business is at. If there is a certain type of person that you want to be, there is a certain type of identity that you want to portray, you have to act as that person from day one, and it is all an inside job. You know, I really held on to this expectation that being successful was going to make me feel successful, but none of that stuff made me feel any different. So in order for me to feel successful, to feel fulfilled, to feel ultimate gratitude, and to feel like a goddamn boss babe, I have to just make myself feel like that each and every single day. So my advice to you is, no matter how you want to feel, no matter who you want to be, start right now. Don't wait until you hit these milestones, because I promise you when you get there, you're going to be like, oh, is that it? I'm exactly the same. My life's exactly the same. Now I can just afford, you know, nicer pants. The second thing in my experience, and I really wanted to share this one because I've had a conversation with so many of my clients around where they are with their own mindset, and they like me to share my story about where I am in my mindset. But the second thing that nobody tells you about being successful is that self-doubt doesn't go away. Self-doubt, fear, imposter syndrome. So many people have this expectation that when you start to achieve things, that all of a sudden the self-doubt, the imposter syndrome, the feeling like you're failing, the wondering if anyone's going to call you out, being a fraud, everyone thinks that that is going to dissipate when you get to a certain level of success, that all of a sudden you're going to have this insane amount of confidence and that you're just going to feel absolutely fabulous. I beg to differ. I think that the self-doubt actually increases. You have more eyes watching you, you have more responsibility, and you also have more to lose. So at the end of the day, when you're in the beginning, you can be really ruthless about what you do and the risks that you take. But when you get a certain level of success and you're paying people's wages and you have a whole bunch of clients who rely on you, there is a lot of pressure that goes on you to, be a certain way, and that comes with a whole bunch of of self-doubt. But the silver lining is that you get better at managing it. In the beginning, you haven't had the experience with going through the self-doubt or going through the imposter syndrome and getting to the other side with achievement. And once you do that over and over again, even though the self-doubt is still there and the imposter syndrome is still there, and it even increases in intensity, you're better equipped to actually go through that. So my advice is that if you're starting out and you're experiencing all this self-doubt, be really grateful for the journey through that. Don't wish it wasn't there. Don't wish you didn't have all the self-doubt or the imposter syndrome. Just feel really grateful that you're developing the skills that you need to be equipped that all throughout your entire entrepreneurial journey. And the final thing, and again, this is just my experience, so not everyone's going to agree with me on this, but something that nobody tells you about success, and one thing that I know so many people have the expectation around, is working from home isn't actually that great. I remember when I was at uni and I was working at, the wine company, taking orders and doing all this really mundane stuff. Every single time I would be like getting the train to work or walking to work or whatever, I'd just be like, God, I just wish that I could work from home. That would be the ultimate. But the thing is, even though it is exciting to run your own schedule, to not have to put on pants, and to be able to go get a coffee anytime you want throughout the day, there are a whole bunch of limitations and negative things that do come with working from home. It can get really lonely, it can get really mundane, and something that I've realized lately is, when you're in school or you have a job and there's that Saturday morning feeling, right? When you wake up on a Saturday and you're at your house and, you can just go watch TV or go for a walk or have a nice slow breakfast. There's a different feeling, a different essence, a different aura around how you feel about your actual house. The thing is, when you work from home each and every single day, that excitement, that gratitude towards being able to just stay home, it goes away. You actually don't appreciate your house so much, and it doesn't feel that great to stay home. My suggestion is, if you are wanting to work from home, don't get too excited that it's going to feel absolutely amazing, because that does wear off. Just have a contingency in place. Maybe go work at some cafes, maybe find a co-working space. And I'm not going to go too into detail with this because I've spoken about this so many times before, but don't think that working from home is going to be the most amazing thing that happens to you, because it actually does have a lot of negative, even psychological side effects. A lot of the emotions that you experience, that you share with other people in an office or at uni or anything like that, it's just you when you're at home. So my advice for this is, again, as I said, find a co-working space or a cafe or something like that, but just make sure you have people around you. Make sure you're in a mastermind, make sure you are in Facebook groups, make sure you have people to talk to, make sure you have someone that you can call and be like, hey, I'm really lonely, or hey, I want to celebrate this, or hey, I need to talk. You just have that feeling of people, because that brings a sense of home and actually makes it feel great, rather than just you in this place and the monotony kicks in and it can get really mundane. So I don't even think that really made sense, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Your house doesn't feel that great when you spend so much time in it. And in my opinion, working from home is not as great as I think everybody makes it up to be. So those are the 3 things that nobody tells you about being successful, and the 3 things that I definitely had my expectations underwhelmed by. I would love to hear from you. Are you a full-time entrepreneur? Are you, at a certain level of success in your life or in your business? And were there things that you didn't expect to be that way? Please do leave them in the comments below, because I'd love to keep this conversation going. Please do let me know if you try this drink, because this is possibly one of the favorite drinks that I've made here on this show. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me here at the Business Bar today. I hope that you are walking away drunk on knowledge and empowered to take action on your dreams. I really hope to see you again, and if you would like more from me, there is a link for a free training in the description. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers. Entrepreneurial journey. This thing is so cold in my hand.
You drink more there?
It's really nice. Do you want to try some?
Yeah. You drink more there, and it's like you actually drinking it.
But I am actually drinking it. It's really nice. It's like Dark and Stormy Volume 2.
Oh, it's a slow and steamy.
Slow and steamy.